I see in the realm of the physical what is called foreign companies. As I look at what's called foreign companies, I see them come over to Lagos State.
We begin from the seat of power, and the Lagos State government says it's open to partnership and has advised investors to take advantage of the market that Lagos represents. The State Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Mr. Sam Igube, made this known when he received the African delegation from the World Economic Forum on behalf of the state governor at Alausa, Ikeja.
The head of Regional Agenda Africa of the World Economic Forum, Chido Munyati, is in Lagos to collaborate with the state government on urban regeneration.
We believe this is probably, well, it's not a belief, it's a fact, it's probably the most important city, if you can describe it that way, or state in Africa. You have a population, I think, of over 25 million people, the most populous urban area in Africa. You are the hub of entertainment, you're a financial center. I think 5 of the largest unicorns in the world in Africa, 5 of the 7 unicorns in Africa, so billion-dollar companies, are from Lagos. So Opay, Andela, Flutterwave, I'm sure you know this better than I do. And so we find it to be extremely important that we have a deeper collaboration with you on some of our border initiatives.
And I see them take over the Lagos State. And I begin to ask these foreign companies, what are you doing in Lagos State? And they told me, they said, Major Prophet of God, we are right here in Lagos State to take over the building of Lagos State, the sweeping of the street, the tying of the roads, and also what's called partnership of rebuilding Lagos State and making Lagos State one of the megaest city of the world. And I begin to see what's called high-rising building. High-rising building coming up in full force. High-rising building. And I was beginning to ask, what is this high-rising building all about? Places like Badagry, places like part of Lekki, that is Ajah, Ekpe, and the rest of them. I begin to see what's called a high-rising building. And I look in the realm of the spirit. This high-rising building, are they duplicating the Victoria Island somewhere else, or what is going on? The Lord said, these are the people who has come to rebuild the state, Lagos State. And this is going to move from Lagos State down to what is called Benin, what is called Edo State, and also enter down there. Then the issue of a second Niger bridge will be completed, and that will be over. And I'm seeing what's called a seaport, new seaport built. I have said this last time, but the Lord is still bringing it up because it's going to happen. I see seaport right there in Badagry. Seaport right there in Badagry and these other places like that. With these things in the realm of the physical, God is already in the business. And I see what is called like another international airports. Is it going to be 3 airports, or is it going to be 2 airports, or what is happening right now in the realm of the physical? We must continue to pray together and trust the Lord for what God has. Then the people in diaspora, it is time for diaspora people to now be given what is called the level playing ground, and what is called the hands, and what is called the fellowship, hands of fellowship, that the people in diaspora, you should now get yourself ready to bring your proposals. People in diaspora, just be focused. Major Prophet of God is here to give you the clue. People in diaspora should, as quick as possible, prepare your proposals. Prepare your proposals. Prepare your proposal. Bring your project. Bring whatever you have that you want to come in here, so that we can be able to now have that very level playing ground for you now to now become what's called affecting and becoming part of the thing that is going to unfold. There will be peace. God, the Lord is going to take absolute control and manifest His power for peace to reign. There will be peace because there's going to be what is called stakeholders. I see a lot of stakeholders now having meeting upon meeting, discussion upon discussion, agreement upon agreement, and what is called signing and signing. And this is what is called peace dialogue going on there. Now the Lord took me again to what is called the southeast. This southeast. Remember, some weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, I prophesied the issue of what they are looking for, called the Senate seat and the Senate presidency. and the House of Rep Speaker. I prophesied it here, and I said, I see it going to Niger Delta. Because I say, I see what they're asking for, not getting to them. And then last week, and now I'm beginning to hear what is happening. But in the realm of the spirit, as I look at the spiritual, I see the curtain open again and come back to them. Rakatos and the Karadush. Somebody will say, I met your prophet. What is going on? I see the curtain open again and come back to them. But as this curtain is coming, how prepared are they? How serious are they? How willing are they? Have they seeked the face of God? Have they asked the Lord what needs to be done? Or they are still joking, or they are still playing, or they are still taking things for granted? Have they been able to ask the Lord, what shall we do? Because of the issue of speaker, senatorial presidency, and speaker of the house. You will not understand what is called the mystery of heaven. Because if God will speak and you will not take the word of God serious, you will never understand the mystery of God. The mystery of God is beyond human comprehension. It's not by the suit. It's not by the dressing. It's by the Spirit of God. I see the curtain open again, and I see the curtain coming back to southeast. But this curtain, I see this curtain come, rotate, and they don't know what to do to capture this curtain and enter, and this curtain move again. But my prayer is that as the curtain has opened again and come back to them, they should take the right step and do the right thing and hear the word of God that is coming from the mouth of the major prophet of God and seek solution. If not, the curtain will just come and do final disappear, and then you see the assembly set up, and you see presidency coming out, and you see Senate presidency from another region. Jekwa kumeluwa kahamara na chimodema inyem nanyo gerumaka inyem nanyo gerumaka jekwa kumeluwa kahamara na chimodema chimanye eberoma oyo jekwa nibu no nyamara mo dịka gị n'ụwa ogogogo chukwu na-enye ndị n'ụwa ọgbụ tata onye dịka gị ụwa ogogogo onye na-enye ụdọ chụkwama papa onye dịka gị n'ụwa ogogogo onye na-eme agbara chụkwama chegoro onye dịka gị n'ụwa ogogogo
Thank you.